Libra, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will take you from, was it the 14th to the 21st? I'm sorry, I'm a bit forgetful. I was just looking at your reading and then I sort of lose focus. Interesting here. So the Tower card is your crowning card, and I'm looking at the rest of your reading. When the Tower card appears, there's a sense of, it's a wake-up call card, okay? I'm one of these strange readers that the Tower card and the Devil card are like my favourite cards, okay? Because they represent a change and a transition, okay? And I love it the most because my favourite combination of cards is a Tower with an Ace. And that's exactly what you've got. So the old structures, the old belief systems, the old way of seeing the world is crumbling, and this clarity is arising. I absolutely love it, okay? I think for some Librans, it's going to be about relationships. So as that old way of seeing the world crumbles, for some it's a wake-up call. So I've seen this card quite often show up when people come to this realization that they love someone, that they've came to a realization that someone that they've met has a depth of connection way beyond what they first perceived. That's the way the Tower card represents. It can be a bit of an emotional shock when you can no longer bear not being in the truth. And that's why I love the Tower card, because the truth shall set you free, Libra. And you get the Yang card, call to action. I don't know where this action's going to take place, and I think the action's going to be a little bit choppy because you're overthinking things, Libra. And I'm another air sign, so I overthink things. But overthinking is like being a train and putting brakes on it. And that's exactly what you're doing. There's this urge, there's this energy pulling you, and you're putting all these blockages in the way. But we'll get to that when we get to that. I'll pull you some more cards, okay? So, very much like Aquarius, you start the week with 2 twos. The twos are always about decisions that need to be made. Okay, now I love these first combination of cards, the 2 of Swords with the Magician card, because what's happening, Libra, here is you're pulling your energy away from external sources and going within. Yeah, and that is when we start to become supernatural. That's when we get to see in the dark. That is when our powers start to activate, not when we look outside, but when we close these 2 eyes and turn our energy into our own inner powers. And then we start to open them, we start to channel more and more divine energy, and we become more and more able to manifest, able to co-create. But we don't get that, Libra, if our energy is on what everyone else is doing. It has to be on what am I doing? What am I feeling? How am I thinking? How am I responding? Not the other person, but your own inner world. And that's what starts to awaken this Magician. Again, you've got another 2, a fork in the road with the Lovers card. So I think for some of you, this is decision making around relationships that need to be done. Some of you are unsure the way forward regarding a significant relationship. Or this is just a choices card. There's choices, there's a little bit of confusion here, Libra, okay? I will clarify these cards if you give me a minute. Yeah, King of Cups. It's definitely an emotional issue. There's a lot of deep, deep feelings going on here, Libra, for someone, or someone's got them towards you. And there's definitely a sense of not sure which the way ahead is with this person, but the feelings are deep, and for some Librans, you're honouring these feelings, because the time you're the King of Cups, you've got great honour for an element. So you're respecting, you're valuing your emotions, okay? But there's still a little bit of unsure about how it's all got to progress. It sort of changes, Libra, and I feel that you're being your own worst enemy here, because you've got the Nine of Swords with the Eight of Swords. So your thinking is interrupting the process, essentially. And when that happens, it's because we're in the unknown. We're in the mystery. So we start to over-control, over-analyse and overthink. Now, Libra, I do exactly the same thing, okay? But attraction, the universe has got this sussed, by the way. It does actually know what it's doing. But what we do is we overthink, we go into fear, and we get ourselves in a big, big mess. Because that is exactly what you're doing, Libra. They're only minor arcanas. And Libra, I'm not judging you. I've got these cards today. They're my cards today. It's like, oh my gosh, over-controlling a natural process. Because falling in love is a natural process. We don't have to do anything apart from, you know, show up, turn up, have boundaries, have self-respect, have self-value. But so you're going into your mind because you're trying to do the universe's business for it. And Libra, no personal offence, but it's getting you in pain here. And there's absolutely no need to. I'm going to pull you another card. It's with the Eight of Discs. So I love it when this card shows up. I do the same. It's like, I'll just focus on work. Always a good thing to do anyhow, to redirect your energy into practical matters. It's not a bad thing. But I'd much prefer you moved into these energies. And it's almost like you're doing it, and then you go, oh, well, if I don't overthink it, then the universe might forget about me. It might all go wrong if I don't try and work out all the details. And it's causing this pain, it's causing this anxiety. You're in fight or flight mode. And then, of course, you go into the Eight of Swords, that feeling of being restricted. But it's with the Six of Discs. So the Six of Discs is a healing card, as most of you know. All the sixes are. I'm going to, yeah, with the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about the forces of attraction. It's having desire and having feelings for someone. And with the Six of Discs, it's about some way finding a way to express yourself and reveal yourself. But some Librans are so overthinking it that you're going into this place. They're only minor arcanas, by the way, which means it's a state of mind. It has got no validity apart from what our conditioning tells us. And our conditioning tells us that if I don't dot all the I's, over worry and overthink, I will not get what I want. And Libra, the total opposite is true. If we learn to trust this universe and how it works, I'm not saying we don't reach out and we don't show interest. That is what the Page of Wands and the Six of Discs is about. But it's like you're self-sabotaging it, and you're self-sabotaging this by going into the habit of overthinking things. And that's exactly what you're doing, because the Ace of Cups has showed up here. Feel, don't think, feel. That is a trick. All anxiety can be gone if you learn to feel what you're feeling and stay away from the mind and stay in your heart energy, Libra. Okay, interesting week. Loads of love, Libra. Bye.